Alright, and we're live. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be doing, watching some videos, courtesy of Crimeville. And we'll be starting with 5 dirty cops caught planting drugs. And then I also have 6 drunk cops who caught on duty. I also have a little bit more of a library in there. If you guys want to tune in and hang out, we may watch it. Let's just jump right into it. I haven't really seen many videos of cops planting drugs on people. I didn't really think that was that common, so let's maybe see.
I don't have much discretion with that, man. Oh, man. A bunch of cops forcing a man out of his car to frame him.
I'm not.
Okay, well, he's gonna check it.
I don't have nothing in.
Here are 5 dirty cops planting drugs and getting caught.
Disclaimer.
Okay, so they get caught.
Content in this video is for general educational purposes only.
They do get caught.
Meet Zachary Wester, former deputy sheriff in Jackson County, Florida, who is accused of planting drugs on multiple unsuspecting drivers during traffic stops.
I imagine that once one cop, like, if you're a cop that plants drugs, you're probably not just doing it once. It's probably like a continuous thing. You're probably doing it all the time.
Shows one of these stops as he tries to search a driver's vehicle.
Also, where are they getting the drugs? That's what I want to know too. Are they like buying drugs from a dealer and then they keep it on them all day, or what's going on?
After making the man watch from a distance, the cop returns to him with a bag of illegal substances.
Come on, man. You ain't had nobody in the vehicle with you?
Huh?
Have you had anybody in the vehicle with you lately?
Yeah, I had a girl named Crystal in there. Why?
Crystal.
I had more or something like that. I don't know why.
Okay, all right. Honesty's gonna go a long way with me, okay, man?
Yeah.
Yo, Graham, what's up, dude?
I gotta test
What's
this.
up? What's up?
Have you ever seen this before?
Sorry, it takes a second for my chat to load. Welcome. I'm going to be doing a little bit of content on the YouTube, and then I'm probably going to transfer over to the Twitch after this. So.
No, what is that?
Hang out with Deputy Jackson here.
The suspect tries to reason with the officer, but he obviously doesn't listen.
Whoa,
And we will be doing some gaming too.
The center console.
there ain't no way.
You think that's their personal, huh?
The poor man
Like
insists that there's no way that
That cop just keeps a little grocery bag of drugs on him.
drugs are his, and it's evident that he's freaking out at this point.
All right, look, man. It did field test presumptive positive for methamphetamine.
It meth.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
If I read you your rights, will you talk to me?
I talked to you, man.
Okay.
I'm just saying, man. I ain't just, dude, I'm fucking.
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there, okay?
But the cop makes up his own story.
I get into the vehicle, okay? You saw me work my way around, same way I search every vehicle, start on the driver's side, go to the passenger side. Open up the center console, pulled all of your papers out of the center console. In the bottom in the corner, there was that little clear baggie painted black, or it's already black with creases in it, okay? In the bottom of it's probably 0.20 of a gram of what appears to be methamphetamine. That's what my field test shows out here on the side of the road, okay? Whenever I came back and talked to you about it, before reading you your rights, so I can't even put that in my report, I can't use that against you, you made the statement that you had someone in the vehicle with you, okay?
He's going into this traffic stop thinking, I'm going to plant drugs on this man. Like, there's nothing, like, what causes him to want to do this? Is it just like a ego, or is it like, oh, I need to hit my quota, so let me go plant drugs on 5 different people? Do they not see, like, hey, this cop's arrested 20 people for meth, and they all are not addicts. Why? What's going on?
You really have to give it to Wester, though, because his acting is spot on. The poor man can't
He does have good acting. He is a good actor.
do anything but beg the officer to let him go. But that's obviously not gonna happen.
I treat everybody with the same amount of respect they treat me, all right? You've been nothing but respectful, okay? I couldn't ask you to be any more respectful, man. I'm just trying to figure out how that stuff got in your car. Turn around and talk to me. Open up your mouth. Lift your tongue up. Okay. You think she had?
Oh, but then they get the guy to admit that maybe somebody else got it in his car, and then now the guy who never had drugs in his car is saying that there could be drugs in his car, and then they pin the drugs on him because now the guy admitted that he had drugs in his car. That is dirty. That's
I don't have much
dirty.
discretion with that, man.
Dude, man, my mom was going to
Dirty.
Oh, man, dude, I'm serious, dude. Anything. What you want me to do, man?
Listen, man. I don't have discretion on film, okay?
Hey, man, if I know that was in there, you think I'd tell you go here and search, man? Come on, man. Really?
People still do sometimes, and that's why I was getting around to the fact, did you see the person that was with you? Were they using or shooting up or smoking while they were in the car? Because whenever I ask you that, you kind of put your head down and look away. It makes me kind of think that maybe, yeah.
No, man. I'm telling you, man. God.
Okay. All right, man. Go ahead and put your hands behind your back for me.
Can I smoke a cigarette? Please? Please?
But that's not it.
Let the guy have a cigarette. You just pinned him with meth. Come on.
Why? Because Zachary did the exact same thing with this woman. The woman
it's the
waits
same
patiently
guy
outside as Zachary searches her car. For a good while, everyone seems to be laughing and talking normally.
Sleep with an 84-year-old in the room with you last night.
Now, when Zachary walks up to her, showing her evidence of drugs in the car, she starts losing it.
No, sir.
I'm not going to ask you
No, sir.
I'm not going to ask you any questions. I'm going to read you your rights first, okay? So just hang out for 50 AK.
What is it?
I have an idea. We're going to test it, though, okay?
Then Zachary tells her they found methamphetamine in her car, which is unbelievable.
I said I didn't have anything on me in the truck.
So it seems like he's like pinning people that look like they probably used, right?
Oh.
Is this the guy? This is our freaking piece of crap here? You little piece of poop?
Okay, but do you have anything on your person?
I have nothing on me to my knowledge at all. And I'm not trying to be ugly.
It did return presumptive positive for methamphetamine, okay? I'm just letting you know.
Where's he getting all this meth? What is going on here?
He even places the bag on the car for a while, hoping to get the lady's fingerprints on it, so the evidence can be more incriminating. The lady is then going to be arrested, but she gets to make one call, where she lets all the heat out.
In the spoon, there is laying a little bitty, like, I guess a little tiny bag. He says it tests positive for methamphetamine. So I guess I'm gonna go to jail, and it sure ain't mine, and nobody's been in my truck but me. And I'm sorry for the embarrassment.
He leaves a little baggie of meth on the car next to the lady?
I assure you, if it was mine, too.
Dude, you know what's in your car. This lady obviously, maybe, I'm not gonna say obviously, but she maybe used drugs in the past, and it looks like she's completely sober now. So I would be freaking out. I would be livid. I would be yelling at this police officer. No way. I ain't been on that crap for 20 years. I would be going off. Luckily, body cams are a thing.
And just as sure as I'm out trying to take care of my business, this is crazy. I ain't even looked at no dope. Believe that.
Another video of the footage shows the corrupt officer ransacking through the suspect's car, planting the evidence in there. He's then clearly seen planting the drugs in there himself.
No! No, it's on video. Come on.
To the public, Officer Zachary was taken to court
Charge him.
to pay for all his crimes. In the end, he was sentenced to 12.5 years in prison,
yes.
which is still pretty
Woo.
tame for the amount of lives.
12.5
years.
years.
That was wild. Wait.
Get the hell out of here.
Until you see this.
Nice knowing ya.
Next officer's sneaky game caught. On
nice knowing ya, buddy.
What's what? I got you on camera, bro.
12.5 years. So it's a non-violent crime, so he probably can get out early on good behavior, so he's probably going to do about 6 years minimum.
Matthew Gorney,
that's what I'm talking about.
This black man over for a traffic stop. But what the driver doesn't know is that the officer's real intentions are much more sinister.
I love body cams.
I got specks of green. You're good to search if you need to.
As a bunch of cops arrive at the scene, Gorney goes back to the car, not realizing that his body cam is still rolling. And that is when the passenger catches him red-handed.
What's what? What's the what word?
I got you on camera, bro.
I got you on camera. We're all good.
Hey, bro, you just threw that in here.
Yeah, because it was in his pocket and I don't want to hold on to it.
Because it was in his pocket, I don't want to hold on to it? So you throw you search a suspect for drugs. You find the drugs. You take them back to their vehicle and you put it in their vehicle. Okay.
Another angle shows the incident much more clearly.
Oh, okay. Personal footage.
As the cop tosses a plastic bag of drugs inside
Clear as
the
day.
car.
Hey, bro, what's that?
What's what?
That you just threw in here.
What word?
I got you on camera, bro.
I got you on camera. We're all good. Hey, bro, you just threw that in here. Yeah.
As the suspect records the whole thing, the cop starts
Right in
giving
front of everybody.
explanations.
Dude, he's on live. He's got 3.4K viewers live. And this cop just planted drugs. 3.4K people just saw you plant drugs on this guy.
Yeah.
As the suspect
Come on,
records
man.
the whole thing, the cop starts giving
No way.
explanations, but he's not buying them.
Hey, bro, you just threw that in here.
Yeah. Because it was in his pocket and I don't want to hold on to it. It's on their body cam that they took it off of him, so.
You just threw that in here, bro. I got you on camera, man.
I'm telling you where it came from, so.
I got you on camera, bro.
It's an empty baggie at the moment, too, so. Okay, buddy.
You can hear the denial in the officer's voice, though. The driver later went on to social media to
Sue
talk
him.
about the whole thing.
Fish Kid Savo, local rapper from Racine, Wisconsin. I am okay. I'm not locked up. I was detained for a little while, and they talk about investigation. I am the guy that you see going all over the internet, surfing the internet with the police trying to throw the baggie in my car.
Oh, he's a local rapper, and he's got 3.4K on a live stream. Shout out, dude.
I'm
Nice.
okay. I did not get arrested, but I am taking legal action. I have contacted a lawyer due to the weekend. It's not going as fast as supposed to. The process is going a little slow. I have sent the video to news articles and
After the incident started going viral,
Settlement?
the police chief stepped
Money
in to do
settlement.
some damage control.
One thing is clear, and that is that evidence was not planted, and the officer did nothing illegal in this incident, and certainly nothing in the realm of what he was accused of.
What?
When we get it wrong, we will take ownership of it, and we will make corrections. But this case, we did not get it wrong.
But his refusal to admit
So that's when you get the body cam footage. You have to wait for the other one to be released of the guy when he got searched, so that way you can prove in court that the baggie never came off the other guy, and then you have the cop lying, trying to plant evidence. Boom. Easy.
his
A jury would see that.
employee's dirty move only sparked more outrage.
I think it's very unfortunate that a short cell phone video clip can generate all of this negative attention.
When a corrupt cop is on your tail, it's not easy to stand up to them. Thankfully, these two dirty cops
You know these guys are getting absolutely just demolished. Like, people are probably spam calling their police department every day, calling for them to get fired. The internet is pretty wild when it comes to people not behaving.
got a little too confident, trying to send innocent people to jail, and were caught on camera.
Well, here you go. That's the weeds.
In less than a month, Baltimore's police are back in the hot seat with another allegation of planting evidence.
I have seen quite a bit of evidence planting come out of New York. I've seen like 2 other videos of evidence planting in my life before this compilation, and it was both from New York, so I guess that's a common practice.
This time caught on body cam during a November traffic stop.
Ma'am, is this car registered released in your name? Is it leased in your name?
No matter how well the suspect responds, the cops just don't want to let them go.
No, I'm not.
Why is it
At this
bobbing
point,
up and
though,
down?
they haven't really found anything in the vehicle.
Is your license in here?
Yeah, everything.
But here's the twist. The body cams go off, and when they flick back on, we see an officer by the car, drugs suddenly in play.
Yeah. I just turned on. You're not supposed to. Did anybody check this compartment here yet?
That's shady. They all turned the camera off at the same time. They probably like have like a silent signal for like, shut it off.
Well, here you go.
Oh, touching drugs with your bare hands. Yeah, that's definitely procedure.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, my
God, I knew it. I thought they were freaking out.
That's the weed smell right there,
That's
too.
why they were freaking out.
Oh, these are like little fives.
Yeah. She had a 19.5 weed and 5 jacket pocket.
These little small bags, and here's some dope.
Hey, I'm gonna go hot just for this.
Did he say here's some dope? Oh my god. They're planting a whole freaking drug kit. They're planting a whole sales kit. This is the drug dealer starter pack. What the heck?
Covering everything.
Yeah.
But I've been off because I wasn't obviously hiding, so.
The suspect keeps insisting that they're not his, but the cops aren't exactly here to listen. Another angle of the footage shows an officer squatting by the car as his colleagues cover him. About 30 seconds later, another officer approaches the car and voila, the drugs magically appear.
Did anybody check this before?
So, yeah. That's clear as day. I mean, come on. I feel like if you took that, I like to think if you took that to a jury, that they would just be like, that's crazy. Get them out of here. Fire all these people.
But what they don't know is that the suspect's dash cam has been recording the entire thing.
Oh,
the suspect
poggers.
immediately took these corrupt officers to court where they're being tried for tampering with evidence. Thankfully, these officers in Baltimore got what was coming to them.
Right, because your dash cam is recording the inside of your car the whole time.
But sometimes these
That's
dirty
smart.
cops
That's smart.
have a
So a dash cam isn't just for like car accidents; it's for police stops too. That's poggers.
way of
Nice.
avoiding the law before they eventually get caught.
There's weed flakes right there. Bingo.
Meet officers Kyle Erickson and Elmer Pastrin, who were caught planting drugs on innocent people not just once, but twice.
The car smells like marijuana, so we're gonna check it. All right?
Okay, and then what?
Then that's it. Then I gotta make sure everything's good with your end with the license. If it's just a permit, I'm not gonna give you the summons for it. And I told you just get the taillight fixed. There's nothing in the car. You'll be good to go. All right?
When the suspects say that they want to be present during the search of their car, the cops aren't having it.
Ma'am, just hop out, please. What is that, just trash you have there? No, in your hand. In your hand. It's trash?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, cool. Hey, how about, I don't want you to get hit by a car. Let's chill on the sidewalk.
One of the officers takes the woman to the side before getting the driver to step out.
Nothing. We need to check the car, so I need you to hop out.
Okay, I'm getting out.
Okay.
Relax.
Pretty reasonable.
I don't have nothing for me. I can barely move.
Yeah, hang out with me.
No, I gotta put my jacket on. I don't want to.
Once he... No, once he checks it, he'll hand it back to you. He's got to check. It's our job, bro.
You can tell the driver is getting pretty frustrated at this point.
Nothing in my jacket. I'm not.
Okay.
I mean, anybody would be frustrated.
No,
relax.
No, I don't need to be.
This situation is about to escalate for no reason.
No, because I didn't do nothing.
The officers eventually have to restrain the man, and that's when things start to escalate.
I'm not doing that.
Yo, don't touch. Leave the jacket there.
Oh, he's resisting.
There's nothing in my jacket. So get off it.
That's resisting pretty hard. I mean, come on, dude. Yeah, they are corrupt cops, but that's why you play nice.
Oh, get off of me.
You then see a brief glimpse of one of the officers checking the suspect's jacket. And while the suspect insists that he's not carrying anything, the cops keep searching his possessions as he lies on the ground in pain. And when nothing seems to be happening, one of these corrupt officers decides to take matters into his own hands.
I just got to check it real quick. I just got to check it real quick. Let me check it real quick. All right.
One of the officers grabs the man's jacket and goes off camera to check it for a second time. He's seen messing around with it for quite a long time. And guess what?
There's weed flakes right there. Bingo.
Soon enough, they call their supervisor to tell him this fake story.
Okay, let's hear it.
Sir?
How good of an actor are they?
Yeah, we're good. We stopped the car for a taillight. We reeked the marijuana, asked the passenger to get out. He got out and he grabbed the jacket, and we wanted to search the jacket before he grabbed to make sure nothing crazy was in there. And he just got combative and started fighting us. Yeah, we're good. Nobody's hurt.
You think if he never was combative, they would have still planted the evidence?
Man is taken to the hospital because of a previous abdominal injury that opened up during the altercation.
Ooh,
and when his
ouch.
girlfriend comes in asking when she can go, the officers refuse to give her a straight answer.
Yo, and how long is this gonna take?
Had he cooperated, you would have been gone. No summons, anything.
Where are they taking him?
Probably Rumsey, Richmond University Medical Center.
But that wasn't the first time something like this happened. In New York City, a traffic stop by officers Erickson and Pastron unfolded the exact same way.
I don't appreciate being lied to. I know there's weed in the car. I smell it.
Nah, there's no weed in the car. I swear to God, we just smoked.
Wait, why are you searching me? Like, why are you touching me? No, I don't have nothing on me.
One of the officers searched the entire car, and during his search, he pretty much exposes himself.
We've got to find something.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean.
Erickson's body cam glitches right as he tells his partner they have to find something, but Pastran's camera keeps rolling.
Backseat looks pretty clear.
Now, the cops still can't find anything in the car, but a minute later, Erickson searches the back seat once again, his camera still off. His partner's camera shows him fiddling with something in the back seat, but he hasn't found anything yet. And then there's the twist. The owner of the car starts filming Erickson fiddling in his car, accusing him of planting drugs in his car.
Yo, you were just playing something in my car?
Bro, step back.
Excuse me. Wait, hold on.
Step back.
Yo, he put something in my car, yo. He put something in my car.
Now, when Erickson's camera...
He's like got the drugs in his hand. So the cop is in the car, can't move, with the drugs in his hand, trying to hide the drugs. What the heck is going on in the world?
A joint appears, but the suspect is sure that he's being set up.
Yo, so y'all just put weed in my car, son.
Bro, we did not do that. Why would we do? He has a camera, I have a camera. He has a camera, I have a camera. Why would we do that? Like I said, the minute we stopped you, everything's being recorded.
I mean, the guy has him on personal video planting evidence. I feel like this evidence would pass in court, like, easily.
So for him to do that, that'd be the dumbest thing ever. He'd lose his job over a dumb arrest like this.
Despite Pastran previously seeing nothing, the driver, Kuyate, was jailed for 2 weeks. While the two officers still haven't been brought to court.
Oh, wow. See, that's why as a citizen you have to do the lawsuits and things like that. Alright, next video, 6 drunk cops who got caught on duty. Oh yeah, I got the good ones today.
While driving to swearing uncontrollably.
You're gonna catch charged for this.
And even driving recklessly.
There is a open container of alcohol in your vehicle.
No way, this guy's driving around, pulling people over with a beer in the center console. Nice.
Go from boys in blue to boys in booze. Disclaimer. Number 1, Justin Augustine. Lieutenant Rick Byron could not believe his ears.
Yeah, it depends. Well, I don't know how easily it is to take these guys to court. Like that other rapper guy said, the process is taking super slow. He said my lawyer's like going slower than usual, and I bet it's really hard to get all that footage released, and it probably is a really long process.
What'd you say? What do you mean you're f***ed up?
Officer Justin Augustine had just told him that he totaled his cruiser because he was trying to pee while driving. Not something anyone in their right mind would do together. But he could see from Augustine's bloodshot eyes and slurred speech that
How do you do that? Do you just like this? You just lean over a little bit and start peeing into a bottle while you're driving your police cruiser?
Was just the right amount of drunk to do those two things together. Back at the station, Byron found Augustine exchanging words with officers.
He needs to... Yeah, Augie, come here. Let's go out here in the garage.
He was not cuffed, and he was armed. Once he'd been disarmed, Byron told him he would be going to the hospital to take a test, but Augustine refused.
We're going to go down and do a drug and alcohol test down at the hospital, you and I. And you don't need all your gear, so... All right, what else do you got on you? You got a pocket knife, huh?
I'm done.
What's going on, though? Tell me what's going on, bud.
I'm done.
What do you mean you're done?
And a lot of situations with, like, drinking and substances for like police agencies and just jobs in general, they usually do like a rehabilitation program, and they try to put you on like a program to come back and work. You get like a one more chance type of deal.
You're gonna go with me to take the test, Augie? You're refusing it? You don't want to do that.
I'm done.
As the officer tried to find out what was wrong, Augustine became more and more argumentative, even swearing at him.
Don't play this game with me, bud. I'm trying to help you out here.
He ain't doing shit.
Well, I can't do stuff. I'm just doing what I got to do, Augie. It's my job. If you want to leave, go ahead and leave. All right, let's go. Let's go. Come on, Augie. Don't do this, man. It ain't worth it.
Then he headed out of the station ready to go home.
That guy's
when
blackout.
Byron asked him
Look, like You can tell with the eyes, like he's just totally not there.
It was okay to drive. Augustine's attitude did a total 180, and he broke into tears.
Are you okay to drive, brother? Yeah. Seriously, I'm worried about you. Yeah. All right, well, get going then. Do what you got to do, all right? Augie, you need to get it. You need to relax.
Is he about to let him go drive home? Is he really? You need to go. Can you drive? Yeah. All right, go do what you need to do. What?
No, huh? What'd you say? Who is? You just wrecked a cruiser. It's not the end of the world. I know, it's not the end of the world. We can do this, Augie. If you just go down and take the test like we're asking you, if you do that, then we can at least...
They're actually letting him drive away?
Get that cleared to where you can come back to work.
Byron tried to convince Augustine to take the test, but Augustine walked off, only to break down again.
Seriously, Augie, I'm trying to help you, bud. Huh? What'd you say? I don't want to... What'd you say? What do you mean you're fucked up?
This guy's definitely got some like personal things going on outside of this incident.
Alcohol? Pills? What are you talking about? Huh? Okay. All right, Augie.
Then he did a 180 again and swore at Byron.
Help me understand, Justin. What the fuck? You talking about just in the head? Huh? We don't need to do this, Augie.
What?
Come on. We don't. Why are you doing this like? Why are you doing me like that?
Augustine later admitted that he drank earlier that day.
How much did you drink today, Augie? A lot. You know he's going to want to do a test, right?
When Byron told him he wouldn't be driving home, Augustine flew into a rage.
Well, I can't let you drive the car home unless we test.
Okay, good.
What
They're
am
not
I
going to
do?
let
Is that the way you're going to do this? You're about to get yourself arrested, bud.
For what?
What do you mean? What am I going to do? I can't let you drive. So you try to get in that car, I got to stop you, and then you're going to start fighting with me. What is that going to do? Huh?
Byron finally convinced Augustine to return to the station while they decided what to do with him.
Let him
Augustine
sober up
was
a little
so
bit.
wasted that he literally fell off his seat several times.
Yeah.
Eventually, an officer had to hold on.
Yeah, he's blackout. I would just let him literally sit in this room for a couple hours.
Onto him to keep him seated. He resigned from the force, and after the investigation, he was found guilty of handling a weapon under the influence and operating a vehicle while under the influence.
That's illegal? Handling a weapon under the influence. I didn't know that was illegal. I thought you could drink and shoot guns all day. That's one of our founding tenets of this nation.
He was sentenced to 1 year of probation, 177 days of suspended jail time, a $300 fine, and court costs.
So the suspended jail time, so if he gets caught again, he goes to jail. So within the 1 year of probation, if he gets caught with anything again, he does 177 days.
Getting your car totaled and
that's not a bad outcome.
Losing your job in 1 day is insane, but this wasn't the only time an officer has driven around drunk.
I think he probably could have gotten away with not resigning, to be honest.
I'll make sure you don't fall.
But
he might have just been so embarrassed. All right, next guy, Nate Myers.
Before we get to that, number 2, Nate Meyer. A shocking scene occurred in East Mississippi, Colorado on 29
Mississippi,
March 2019.
Colorado, baby.
There were fire service trucks and several Aurora police officers on standby, and it all revolved around one patrol car. 2 people reported seeing a car parked in the middle of the road with the engine still running. In the driver's seat sat Officer Nathan Meyer. His foot remained on the brake, and he was dead to the world around him. A health emergency or a gunshot wound? Officers on the scene racked their heads, wondering.
So he's so drunk that he's driving his car and he just stops and his body couldn't handle it anymore. He freaking shut down.
What could be wrong?
He powered off.
But when they tried to disarm him, they were instantly hit with the unmistakable odor of alcohol.
He's good. I got his belt. Where's this duty arm?
We got it.
Okay.
Yeah, first thing you disarm him. Never know.
Meyer
Man, this guy
wasn't
is
injured or hurt.
This guy's out of it. He's not waking up to any of this.
He was just drunk. He remained unconscious as they got him out of the car. He was then transported to a hospital and later sent home. But if you thought that this disgraceful event would end with Meyer getting any charges, you'd be in for a surprise. The department's chief, Nick Metz, labeled the incident as a medical event and brushed it off as cops being exposed to stress.
No
a medical
charges
event.
for an Aurora police officer found passed out, drunk, and armed behind the wheel of his cruiser in Aurora.
Body cam footage from the incident shows that several officers switched off their cameras when comments about Meyer being intoxicated were made.
He's a little intoxicated.
So there was no evidence to press DUI charges against Meyer, which irritated the DA.
I'm frustrated because, you know, bottom line is, if one of us had been in that car and not Officer Nate Meyer, you ask me, do I think it would have been treated differently? I do.
However,
that's true. I don't really think it's a bad thing that they kind of saved him, like kind of helped him out a little bit. I bet that he definitely had repercussions that we didn't see. Like they definitely probably talked to him and he knows to never do that again. I'm sure they're like keeping tabs on that guy, and they're not just gonna let this go. But at the same time, if that was anybody else, they would literally drag you out of the car and throw you in the back of a cruiser. Let's be honest.
During an internal affairs investigation, Meyer submitted his hospital report, and his blood alcohol level was stated as 5 times more than the legal limit. He later admitted he'd gone home and drank vodka in the middle of his shift, but he had no memory of the incident.
5 times? 8, 16, 3.32?
Until he woke up in the hospital.
A .32 is crazy. Hold on, what is that? Blood alcohol level charts. Here we go. 0.31% and up, coma. Level of surgical amnesia. Onset of coma. Alcohol poisoning. Death due to respiratory arrest likely in 50% of drinkers that drink this high. This guy wasn't just passed out drunk. He was in a coma. He was in an alcohol-induced coma. Oh my God.
The only punishment he faced was getting demoted, but he still works at the police department.
I think it's okay that he still works for the police department. I don't think it necessarily makes you a bad person, because this guy obviously has, like, problems. In my opinion.
Covering up a drunk officer happens a lot more than you'd imagine, but it's a lot harder to do when the drunken moment is caught in 4K. Number 3, Oscar Mayorga. On July 4th, 2022, a couple in Lake County, Florida saw a patrol car run a stop sign and swerve across the road. They immediately called the police.
All over the road, stopping in the middle of the street, off the road, running stop signs. A lot of stuff going on.
It didn't take long before a responding officer spotted a squad car driving erratically. When he pulled the vehicle over, he immediately spotted an officer with the Opopka Police Department, Oscar Mayorga. He'd been with the department for 5 years. As the officer got Mayorga out of the car and disarmed him, Mayorga gave a plausible reason for his behavior.
Any other weapons?
No, but I'm prone to seizures. You're prone to seizures? Okay, I'll turn my lights off real quick for you, all right? Here, let's just lean against my car real quick, all right?
Mayorga slurred his words and explained that he was on his way to clock in for his shift. Throughout the exchange, Mayorga could barely hold himself up.
Oh man, at that point you just gotta call in, buddy. If you're that drunk trying to get to your work, man, you just call in and say, sorry guys, I cannot do it today.
It's all good, I'll make sure you don't fall. It's all good, I'll make sure you don't fall, all right? Seizures. Here, you want to sit down? You want to sit down? Here, you can sit down in the grass if you want.
One officer was not convinced that Mayorga was having seizures and went to have a look in his car. He soon found a better explanation for Mayorga's strange behavior.
Ah, drinking on the road.
The officers...
Imagine you get arrested, and as you're cuffed and stuffed in the backseat of the cruiser, you look down, there's empty beer cans littering the floor.
Confronted Mayorga about their suspicions, but he continued to claim he was on medications.
Did you do anything to celebrate today, man?
No, sir.
No? Listen, man.
It's 4th of July. It's July 4th. That day. Oh, man.
It's better to be honest. In our profession...
I took a lot of Benadryl.
Listen, in our profession, you know it's best to be honest, right?
No, I know. Okay. No, I know. I took the Benadryls.
There is a open container of alcohol in your vehicle. Have you been drinking at all today?
No, that's maybe 3 days old.
3 days. 3 days ago.
Paramedics were called to check him out, and that was when Mayorga finally admitted what he'd been up to that day.
I had 3 tall boys.
3 tall boys.
But he refused any sobriety test for the most unbelievable reason.
I'm gonna ask you again, are you willing to perform center field sobriety exercises, man?
If this is gonna put me in jail now.
Well, that alone doesn't put you in jail, you should know that.
I'm just trying to go to work, sir.
You're just trying to go home?
Work.
Go to work. At what point do you go, maybe I can't go to work? He was so drunk that he thought he wasn't drunk. Oh, God. Look at this lady. She's like, oh, my God.
Go to work right now?
Yes, sir.
She can't handle it.
You're definitely not going to go to work right now.
He made one last plea as the officers took him in.
I am really just begging you. I don't want to go to jail.
Well, we're going to detain you, and we're going to figure it out, okay? Go ahead. Don't get a resistance.
No, of course not. No, of course not.
They conducted a breathalyzer test at the station, and his blood alcohol level was almost 5 times the legal limit.
A coma.
Mayorga's supervisor.
Oh, he was almost coma. Oh, God. So he's like 0.2 something.
Supervisor arrived and couldn't hide his disappointment.
This guy's loving it.
He was later charged with driving under the influence and placed on administrative leave with full pay.
What?
With driving
He
under
got
the
a
influence
paid
and
vacation.
placed on
He got a placed on leave with pay.
administrative leave
Little
with
vacation
full
time.
pay. Driving drunk in a patrol car is terrible, but at least he didn't run around screaming about being a cop to everyone who could hear, like this next officer. Number 4, Sarah Mooney. Around 9 p.m. one night in November 2022, Orlando Police Department officers were called to a collision. 31-year-old Sarah Mooney, an officer with the Opopka Police Department, was the first person they met. From the first words out of her mouth, it was clear the officers would be in for a difficult night.
Okay, anything on you, guns or anything? No, not at all.
Mooney continued to swear as the officers tried to find out what had happened.
If you guys are good to go, if you want to, whatever you want to do. I'm talking to them. If you're law enforcement, you know better than to be talking to us like this. Then you know better than to be talking to us like this.
Yep. They decided to approach the person who was not swearing at them and didn't reek of alcohol.
Do you have your license, registration, everything? I do. Okay. I'll be right back. Just get that together for me.
The man quickly took the officer through the events that had played out that night.
All right,
What happened?
So I'm pulling off of the ramp. Obviously, like the road closed. Slow down to a stop. Look back, and I see headlights. But
You're in this lane? What?
Coming off of
Coming
the
off, okay.
off ramp, and it's closed. So I see headlights. Like look over, and I don't even see headlights.
He'd been rear-ended by the woman, who immediately told him she was a cop. But he had managed to get the most shocking part of the confrontation on his phone.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry,
You're good.
Oh.
Hey, excuse me? Obviously, like,
I'm a cop, opens his door? Uh-oh.
idiots didn't lock the door, but whatever.
No, no one expects someone to do it.
Right now.
I need you to
Hit my car right now. Don't come at me, ma'am.
Oh, she is power tripping, blackout drunk.
Nothing.
I would ask you.
Nothing.
I would ask
I'm
you.
a cop.
That's a driver's side?
This right here.
If you guys didn't know, she's a cop.
Right here. Okay.
Mooney had come around to his door, pulled the door open, and pushed his arm away when he tried to close the door. When the officer returned to Mooney and asked her to get her things from her car, Mooney was outraged.
Why are you doing this?
Doing what? I don't want you to get hit by a car. That's honestly the truthful reason. I always walk people across the street. That's, so am I.
She then gave her version of events, claiming
Come on.
that
Come on. Come on, I'm a cop. Come on.
she was the one who'd been hit.
What happened with the crash?
So I was coming in here and he hit me as I was coming in.
Where's your damage?
Front. I don't think there's even any damage to it.
Okay.
None of the officers bought her little story, but Mooney continued proclaiming her innocence.
As far as her giving me a ticket, I'm a law enforcement officer.
Okay. As far as the ticket goes, if you didn't know, she's a cop.
So...
She's a cop.
He literally ran into me as I was coming off, like driving here. He hit me.
I feel you.
The only issue was that other witnesses said she'd been swerving recklessly.
I mean, you know how it works. We have an independent witness that you don't know, he doesn't know, that says differently. It says they saw you.
He's a fucking asshole.
Okay. Why do you think that?
Because he yelled at me the second I got out of my car and went up to him and tried to talk to him.
Realizing that the cards were stacked against her, this officer of the law decided to brainstorm on how she could get back at the man she'd hit for not being nice.
So as far as him not being nice, how do I go about challenging him?
For being nice?
No, like we literally...
So he's an asshole, so how do I get back at him? What? What is she trying to get at?
Each other.
Okay.
Right here. He was not the nicest person.
Okay.
And I feel like he's doing this because of where we're at right now.
Once the officer informed Mooney that the man didn't need to be nice to her, he told her she would be getting a ticket, which seemed to confuse her all over again, and she became combative, demanding to see the witness.
But you're giving me a ticket for what?
For careless driving, because you caused a crash.
How did I cause a crash?
Your vehicle
Okay.
that you were driving hit
She's being very unreasonable here.
another vehicle.
Come on.
So you're saying that I hit his vehicle?
That's what our independent witness is there. I wasn't there.
Where's
she
the
wasn't
independent
there.
witness?
They already left. We just left it on the... We got a sworn statement from them, and then we have them on body camera saying that what they observed.
You have a sworn statement right now saying that someone else said that I swerved into his...
Yes,
he did
lady.
not know the ticket was just the tip of the iceberg. Her bizarre behavior had raised red flags.
So usually with these investigations, they have to settle one case before they can move on to the DUI. So they're trying to settle the ticket crash dispute, and then they bring in like the DUI unit and do all the tests. So they have to... That's why they haven't pushed the drunk driving yet, because they have to close one case to open the next.
So while we've been interacting with you, myself, other officers, the witnesses, they've been able to smell the odor of alcohol.
Here we go.
Your speech, your bloodshot eyes, your mannerisms.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have reason to believe that you might be under the influence of drugs and/or alcohol. Okay. So at this point in time, I am conducting a criminal DUI investigation.
Here we
and
go.
A battery investigation as well.
Sure.
Okay. So I'm going to read you your
Oh,
rights.
and a battery investigation for opening up his car door.
I understand you know how this works. Okay. I need you, when I ask you these questions, I just need a verbal yes or no to make sure you understand what I'm explaining to you, okay?
Okay.
As the officer asked her questions about what she'd been up to, Mooney was evasive and wouldn't give a definite answer.
Okay, where are you coming from right now?
From not far from here.
Not far from here?
From not far.
And what's not far from here?
Yeah, I'm coming down from about up the road. Where's that? It's not far.
Where exactly? Winter Park area?
Yep.
Okay. We're in Winter Park.
Winter Park.
Okay.
Even saying what she'd had to drink was like pulling teeth.
How much have you had to drink tonight?
2 beers.
What do you think?
I'm asking you.
Mooney also denied confronting the man and couldn't explain why she kept announcing she was an officer.
Why did you tell him so many times that you were a cop?
I'm not sure.
I'm assuming she probably told him he was a cop so many times because she's drunk.
Even a simple question about her drinking level flew off the rail.
She seems like a very pleasant police officer to deal with.
On a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being completely sober and 10 being completely drunk, what do you think you're at?
I've not drank.
So obviously you have to.
Can you drink though and still drive and not be under the legal limit? Can be under.
You can't. Okay, that's not what I asked. That's not what I asked you though.
Mooney refused to take the sobriety test, but it was dawning on her that she wasn't fooling anyone, and she soon found herself placed in cuffs.
Time
In
to go
back
take the
seat,
blood
Mooney
test.
began threatening and swearing to get her chief involved.
Do you know how the Orange County Jail works?
Sir, you didn't.
Oh, Orange County, so they're in Florida?
If you do it like this, you're going to get safe booked, and you know how that goes. Okay?
That makes sense.
I didn't do anything to be safe booked.
You're under arrest. The way you're acting is...
For what? For what?
Or Florida or California?
For DUI and battery.
For what?
Okay?
Battery on what?
On the person you hit.
Who?
Okay.
I didn't hit anyone. I didn't hit anyone. Who
Oh,
said
nice.
it? Because you're gonna catch charge for this.
It seems her chief didn't come through because not only was she charged with first-degree misdemeanor of driving under the influence, battery, and false imprisonment, but she was also suspended from the police force without pay. If found guilty, she'll face up to 5 years in prison. You might think,
whoa, I think that's the worst charge we've seen. 5 years in prison?
That only young officers use their position to escape trouble.
I think, oh man.
But just like Mooney,
the crazy thing is, these people, she could have kept her job and everything, but...
This next officer can't stop reminding everyone who he is. Number 5, James French. In the early hours of 12 March 2023, an officer spotted an unmarked city-owned SUV speeding and swerving between lanes. He caught
City of Oklahoma.
Up with the vehicle
Classic
just
Oklahoma
after
City
pulled
police
into a private
officers.
residence. The officer barely got to the car before the driver slid out and introduced himself.
Drunk?
No, the captain.
Huh? A what?
Captain.
Of what? Don't reach in your pocket. Get back in your car.
Undeterred, the officer ordered him back into the car, where the man continued to repeat that he was a captain.
You've been drinking tonight, sir.
I'm a captain of the police department.
What police department?
He's probably the chief of the last lady.
We'll see.
And he was
I'm a captain.
James French,
if you didn't know, I'm a
of
captain.
the Investigations Bureau of the Oklahoma City Police Department. The only thing was that this officer didn't care who he was. He was not impressed by French's continuous motions that he turn off his camera.
How much we had to drink tonight, sir?
You think in the past he got pulled over and the officers just flipped it off? Like, is this a first time thing, or has this been done before?
Huh? I'm not turning my camera off.
Okay.
Realizing that this officer wasn't going to play ball, French started answering questions about how his night had gone.
How much we drink tonight, sir?
I was at a poker game.
Uh-huh. Because you were swerving all over when you turn up here, you didn't use your signal.
I'm sorry.
How much you drink at your poker game?
Not much.
Not much?
Not
How
much.
Not much.
I don't know.
Beer? Liquor? How
Beer.
many beers?
3 or 4.
French agreed to go through the various field sobriety tests, but barely made it through the first one before stumbling.
You may begin.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I thought he was going to go down. He's going down.
He resorted to pleading to the officer to turn off his camera.
Sir,
going.
can turn that off?
I cannot, sir.
Please.
I know you're aware of our body cam policy. You know I cannot turn off this body camera.
French changed his tactic when the officer refused, and
It's one thing to be drunk and just be like, all right, you caught me, but to try to throw your weight around a little bit, it's just gross.
begged for a one-on-one chat.
But I'd like to talk to you.
I can't do that, sir.
Please.
Again, the officer turned him down flat. This time, French reminded the officer of his position in the force.
I'm asking you. I'm a captain on the police department.
I understand that, sir.
It didn't work. Instead, the officer snapped at him.
I
am a sergeant on this police officer, and I've taken an oath to uphold the law. I don't show favoritism to anyone, regardless. I don't care if you're a gangbanger or the president of the United States.
Sir, I'm not asking you for that.
After a few more...
As you should, as everybody should.
Failed tests, 55-year-old French was arrested and taken into custody.
You make it to 54 years old and you still don't know to not drink and drive. Come on, man.
Yeah, we'll turn the camera off now.
He was booked into the Oklahoma County Detention Center and placed on administrative leave with pay while the department...
With pay? Okay. Paid vacation for getting drunk?
And investigated
Nice,
the DWI incident. But this wasn't as bad as when an officer ran a red light and almost caused a crazy accident because he had a little too much. Number 6, Michael Roadside. Troopers responded to a fender bender and
Michael Roadside Assistance.
Monmouth, New Jersey.
This woman is at the Monmouth Rest area saying that one of your troopers just was involved in a motor vehicle accident with her. Ma'am, is he injured?
No, but I think he's been drinking. His shirt's all hanging out.
Is he in uniform?
His uniform was turned inside out.
Oh, no.
He's hanging out.
At first,
inside out uniform, not even buttoned up. He's got the beer belly poking out. Come on,
looked like
man.
an officer had already beat them to the crash. Then they realized that the patrol car had rear-ended the other car. The responding officer immediately approached the patrol car, and the officer gave a rambling statement about what had happened.
I had a prostate surgery. Okay. I'm on anesthesia right now. I'm trying to get home to send a medicine. Okay. I will pay for her, you know, whatever has to do. Okay. What happened? You get it from behind? Like, I can't, I gotta get home. Okay. All right, fair enough.
This is Michael Roadside, a 28-year-old veteran with the force. He was supposed to be working on a construction detail, but he had a different day planned for himself.
Oh.
Roadside also claimed that the crash had happened because the driver had stopped her car abruptly, but the 50-year-old trooper reeked of alcohol.
And every police car has a dash cam.
And he had a cardboard case of Coors Light, and 2 open containers were later found in his cruiser.
Nice.
But when the officer approached the car's driver that had been hit, she had a different story to tell.
How you doing?
Not good.
You okay?
3-7134, we're back in business. This guy, he got out of the car, I broke his shovel, his uniform's inside out. I got out of the car, he told me, I'm like, are you going to call the cops? You're going to take care of this. He said, I'll take care of it.
Kimberly Wilson.
He said, I'll take care of this. So then she called the cops because he wasn't gonna. He was gonna try to handle it.
Sitting at a stop sign when the patrol car ran into her. She also had some juicy bits that Roadside had left out.
Also, when I pulled, he was in the gas station. I was getting gas.
Oh, back there?
Yeah, he was in front of me.
He what?
He was in front of me.
Okay.
And he stopped right in the middle, and so I had to back up and go around them. And then I came up here, and when I stopped for the light, for the stop sign, I didn't hit him. He said, I'll take care of it. He says, I'll write you a check for $1,000.
All right. He's trying to pay this girl off for $1,000.
I said, are you a cop? He said, yeah, I'm a cop.
Learning that Roadside had offered her a bribe not to report the incident put a whole new spin on the accident.
Yeah, now you're probably gonna get fired.
Placed in the back of a cruiser, Roadside kept telling the trooper that he wanted to go home, but the only place this drunk was going was to the police station. Roadside was later found to have a blood alcohol level of 0.16, which is twice the legal limit. He was charged,
not the worst we've seen,
with driving while intoxicated, careless driving, and having an open alcohol container in a vehicle. He was also suspended from duty without pay.
God dang, no paid vacation.
Roadside.
I wonder what do I have to do to get a paid vacation and an unpaid vacation? How drunk do I have to be to get the unpaid? And how drunk do I have to be to get the paid vacation?
Roadside confessed to drinking 9 beers. He pleaded guilty to drunk driving.
9 beers and he's 0.16. 9 beers and this guy's still coherent. What the hell?
And the other charges were dismissed. He got no jail time. Instead, Roadside was ordered to pay a
that man is a
$86 fine and fulfill 12 hours at a resource center for intoxicated drivers. His license was also suspended for 7 months.
Ah, man. That was Court Analysis and Crimeville. Thank you guys so much for tuning in with me, watching some React content. If you want to see more, sub. I'm going to be sprinkling in a little React content here and there, just to kind of switch it up. I will be going back to the regularly scheduled programming of gaming after this. I'm going to go head over to twitch.com, twitch.tv/EasySykes. You guys can see me there. And thank you so much for everybody stopping in. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.